Looks like we got a new friend!
I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in Castle Ravenloft. Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to today's stream of Curse of Strahd. Today, we are leaving the Castle Ravenloft, and we're going to go and have a grand old party on the road somewhere. They survived, everyone made it out of Castle Ravenloft, there were no ill effects, it's going to be great. And it looks like I'm doing the recap. I think there might have been some conspiracy going on there. Yeah, I see how it is. Okay. I don't think you guys are muted anymore, by the way. Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, there we go. You're good. Like, you're also deathly silent. I was like,
Hi.
It's
So-
all good.
oh boy. Okay, well, let's go around first then and say hello to everyone. First, let's do social links here. We've got a Patreon as well. Social links, you've got Discord, Twitter, and YouTube there. Go and check it out. Community, catch up, get a game, just send me a DM. Patreon's there. It's got free stuff and it's got exclusive stuff. Go and check that out. We've got merch as well over on Redbubble today. If you use the code GET25 today, you can get 25% off site-wide. So check that out. We have two sponsors in the form of Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, who both create awesome content. Dark Matter just got released a couple of weeks ago. It's a space expansion for D&D 5e. If that sounds like your sort of thing, check it out. Sam does have a Bird and the Storm mug, yes. And also, we have a tweet every 10 retweets. We tweet up a Wild Magic Surge, so please do that as well. So, let's go round. Why don't we start with Alex this week and go that way round?
Oh, hi. Oh, hi. I hope everybody's doing well today. My name is Madame Gandalf, and I play Suri, who is mischievous and a little bit, well, she's kind of nuts. Along with her just as crazy sister, Sophie. Together, we managed to normally get our way through a whole bunch of shenanigans, except for when it comes to turning into a werewolf and then making a deal with Strahd to try and stop the werewolf thing. And so now we may have kind of landed ourselves in some deep shit.
I mean, probably being harsh on yourselves, you know. It's probably fine. Next around, oh hi, Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly, Kelly Lane on Twitter. I play Talia, our half-elven noblewoman who had a rough week last week. She's very emotionally confused, I think.
Who can blame you?
That's me.
Who can blame you? Next around, we have Rachel.
It is me. Hi, my name is Baby190 here on the internet, and I will be playing Sophie tonight, the older sister of Suri, who's, as Madame so accurately put, kind of got, you know, she sort of dug them out. I mean, she's really good at digging holes, that's one thing. So she dug them out of the hole that they were in, and then she threw her sister out of the hole and then dug another hole and put herself in it. So she fixed one problem and then started another problem. So, you know, she's just really good at digging holes and making issues. So I'm looking forward to seeing how she deals with all this bullshit today and how much her party members ignore the urge to strangle her.
So last but most certainly not least, my wonderful wife and headmistress of the academy. Oh hi, Alice.
Hello, I'm Alice, or White Rabbit Pick. I am playing Bob, the Changeling, who most of the time is in tabaxi form. He came in here to Barovia with all his limbs. He does not have that left. In fact, he currently has a proper good old-fashioned pirate leg going on right now. But I think he's become quite attached to all three of these characters as much as he doesn't necessarily want to say it. And he's trying to keep them alive, even though some of them just keep running off and doing things and he doesn't understand why, because he's just see a bad thing, kill it. I think he gave Sophie a little bit of a talking to last week after they tore off towards the house, and he threw a plate at Strahd. I think that's basically all Bob did last week. He threw a plate at Strahd and told Sophie off.
Yeah, it's a hell of a thing, throwing a plate, you know. Well, I'll do the recap then. So we started with everyone agreeing to escort Irina Kolyana to Vallaki, where she would be safe from the presence of the devil Strahd. And on they went and they made their way all the way around. They got close to Strahd's estate and there was a carriage waiting for them, and suddenly Sophie started acting weird. She like fell off the cart and suddenly she was like, oh no, I've dropped my knife over near this cart, and essentially the party splits into two, where we've got Sophie, Suri and Bob over on this other cart looking for her knife, and Talia sticking with Irina and Ismark. They were visited visited upon by a vampire who whisked Irina away. Ismark and Ismark and Talia, sorry, are chased away by werewolves while Suri, Bob, and Sophie head up to the castle proper, where they met Strahd, and Strahd agreed that he would help them save Talia and cure Suri and all the other good things. In fact, he's only really been nice to you guys. He's done a lot of cool stuff. So he gave you a remove curse scroll and showed you his thralls attacking the werewolves and said, well, I have an agreement with the wolves, you know, if you want me to call them off I can, but, you know, I'm going to need a favour. To which Sophie agreed. With a snap of his fingers, the werewolves leave Talia and Ismark alone. I think Ismark ran away, didn't he, at the end of the episode? Did he run, or was he with you?
That was gonna be my next question. I don't know what he did.
I thought he ran away, and then Talia read the scroll, because we had the whole thing with how we were going to get the blood.
Teacup.
Yeah, the teacup of blood.
Yeah. So Ismark fled the scene, heading along the path. Talia was okay. You guys headed back. You regrouped, and you committed some sort of ritual that was required by the scroll. Talia herself read the ritual written in Celestial, and bonded Sophie to something, but no, bonded Suri to something. Yeah.
I believe it was Suri.
Yeah.
How the ritual was read.
I believe so.
So Sophie found the scroll. Talia read the scroll. We cured Suri of her suspected werewolfness. We don't think we ever confirmed that. There was just a lot of forebodance about it. And she's now connected to something. I'm getting a finger.
Suspected? I swear to God, if she didn't actually have it, I'm gonna be mad.
So I think we find the party probably maybe the next morning, waking up after having committed this ritual. We left with Suri pointing straight towards Strahd's castle.
Yeah, like, something is telling me we should go there.
To where we just came from?
Yeah?
To
I
the
just
big-
have this feeling, like right here in my gut.
Are you sure you're not hungry?
I bet it's hungry.
You want
Suri's
some
gonna
food?
really, like, think for a long moment here of, like, am I hungry, maybe? I mean, I could eat, but that's not what my gut is telling me. My gut is like a little compass. It either leads me directly to food, or
To
somewhere.
Strahd.
I guess to Strahd, yes.
I don't know what happened in there, but I doubt going back is a good idea.
I did.
Besides, we have to find Ismark. I don't know where he ran off to.
Can
just
we,
starts looking around.
can we withhold the information about the whole arrow shooting from my crossbow at his cart, please? Maybe don't tell him. We can keep that between us, like, you know, as friends.
Did Talia know that?
No.
Oh,
She does now.
Yeah, Bob is literally.
you know,
Oh.
because
And she's just like, you're what in the
and
warehouse?
at that point, like, Sophie's face kind of goes, "It was only 2 of them I told," and she just
And Bob will walk over, just stands slightly between Talia and Sophie.
she's
Talia.
oh yeah, Talia. You weren't there for that conversation. You were getting chased by wolves.
I was getting chased by wolves because you destroyed the cart.
Yeah.
Destroyed is such a strong word.
Yeah.
Yes, he's destroyed the wheel. Like, Bob's thinking he's trying to like help him.
Yeah, that's right. It was just the wheel. A wheel doesn't make a whole cart. It just helps the cart. You need four. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay.
Talia will probably remember as the cart kicked to one side and almost flipped as the wheel was broken, shattering into many pieces. Irina knocked unconscious from the cart. Talia taking damage from the fall.
Okay. She like sees Talia's like just that disappointed mom look. Okay, it was a little worse than I'm making it out to be. It didn't look that bad from my standpoint, but I.
Talia, I need you to breathe. What would your god say? Like again, he's just like.
I like that.
I said I wouldn't talk if I were you.
Well, your choices got us the cure for Surrey. So there was clearly some kind of purpose there. I'm still questioning your judgment.
It was a stupid thing to do, but the good intentions were there.
We're gonna how about we just talk about what we do next?
Another small issue. And she kind of like takes another half step behind Bob and is like looking at Talia from behind her.
Who's twitching?
So, you know those wolves that were chasing you?
Yeah?
You know how they stopped?
Yeah, I distinctly remember that.
So we wouldn't have been able to get there in time to like save you from them? Like you would have been dead by the time we got there? And Strahd was like, oh, I'm Strahd, I can make them stop. And so he wanted a favor for your life. And that favor may or may not have been me becoming his slave. He just looks down.
Saved your life, Talia.
Yes.
All I did was throw crockery.
This is the what happens when you pull a string. What do we do next? Let's.
Yeah, I just wanted you to have all the information before
I appreciate your honesty. That goes a long way. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I think she might be disappointed.
I know, I'm getting that vibe. It hurts. It's like when Mom was mad at me, you know?
I just kind of wish she'd yell.
Yeah, me too. This is worse. This is a lot worse.
Much worse, what? Much worse. Much worse.
What's done is done. This is where we're at now. Can I make a request, though? No more making deals without some external input.
What if I go to a shop and they have like a 2-for-1 kind of thing? Is that okay? Because I think the worst case scenario is kind of already done, so I can't do much worse.
I thought so too.
You could add.
And now we're here.
I mean, you guys are still pretty safe. I'm just kind of screwed.
Yeah, but we're in this together, Sophie. I promised to help get us all out of here. And that's all of us. So that means you too.
You sure you don't want to like yell at me or something?
I don't know if that'd be good for my health.
I think it'd be great. Like it releases
Or your
like.
health.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Maybe not. Completely behind Bob now. No.
Let's just. Like I said, what's done is done, and now we just have to figure our way out of this mess. Oh, and I think she just kind of like wanders off. Like she turns her back to the group and just kind of like takes a few deep, calming breaths. Maybe praise a little for guidance.
Don't go with her when she breathes like that. It's fine, leave her to it.
I mean, you know her pretty well. Did that go okay? It went okay.
Well, she hasn't killed you yet.
Has she killed people before?
I don't know. And he just sort of like wanders off.
Somebody's gonna go up to Suri and be like, ah!
It's okay, Sophie. She won't kill you. She might maim you if you do something like that again, but
Mother of Palor.
Looks like we're
What
out
is
of
not
that?
being funny. And then he sort of looks down at his leg. Is like, how bad can it get?
And Talia turns and looks, and she just hears Bob say that, and she's like, "Yeah, you guys could match."
Sorry, I wanna go home. I wanna go home.
That's
I wanna
what
go
we're
home.
trying to do.
Yep. I'm not gonna walk near her. Like, I'm gonna walk back. Nope.
We should head to Strahd.
Let's not go to Strahd. Let's go find that windmill farm place that Ismark kept talking about.
Why
I
does
thought that's where he went.
Why does Strahd want you to go there, Suri? Do you know?
Would she have any idea as to why?
Yeah, no, the feeling isn't like you should go there, you just feel a connection to it. Like a string on a tether.
Okay.
I guess we're just kind of like this now, buddy with Strahd.
Buddy with
Do it.
Strahd.
What's...
Fantastic.
Oh boy, everybody here is buddy with Strahd.
Well,
Well-
I want somewhere to sleep if it rains tonight. So shall we just go to the windmill?
I think that's our best bet. I mean,
It is very late by this point. It was already pushing evening yesterday. Then you went and had a meal with Strahd, and fought werewolves late into the night, and then cast a ritual. We're probably talking early hours of the morning.
Either way, I'd like to sleep. My leg
Yeah.
is aching. I didn't think it would do that.
Can you feel the phantom toes?
I try to wiggle them every now and then. Nothing happens, obviously. But hey, you may as well have... I know I'm normally a grumpy sod, but I'm trying to be positive. In Barovia.
that's a new look on you, Bob.
I make jokes sometimes. And he sort of looks over at Sophie, over and back to Talia, and Sophie says, I don't think people get it yet. I think we should go. And he sort of starts heading off towards the windmill.
You know it's bad when Bob is being happy.
Evening, Bob.
But as to not be left alone with Talia, Sophie's gonna follow Bob. She is scared. She's a little frightful for her life around Talia.
And we're off. I guess
Oh.
we follow the path we were on, right?
You are muted, Scrap.
Why, thank you. Yeah, you can follow the path to carry on towards the windmill. Of course, you were on horseback and had maybe an hour left to travel, so it's probably going to take you 4 or 5 hours.
It's Strahd.
4 or 5 hours. Yeah, something like that. A little black demon attacking my toes under the table. Probably going to take you a good few hours to get to the windmill. But yeah, you can do that. Or alternatively, you don't have to go there at all. This is very sandbox for you guys right now. You can go anywhere you want if you want to just... If any of you have got a tent or anything like that, supplies for being outside, that is an option.
I think all of the supplies we were planning to have were on the cart that we don't have anymore.
Yeah.
Because of reasons. So, I feel like Talia thinks that their best bet is to head to this windmill because it's some kind of shelter that they know exists. And she trusts that Ismark at least wouldn't be leading them purposefully somewhere Vallaki.
We'll go to the windmill. And Bob will lead the way. He is very slow still on his leg, but he is sort of still going.
Is the other horse around? I think one of them got eaten.
You can look for the other horse if you would like.
I want to look for the other horse.
We can all get on like a tandem leg.
So, how are you going to look for the horse?
I'm gonna look for hoof prints around because we're still in the area where we were kind of thrown off the road and the other horse. I mean, I imagine there's like horse carcass nearby. So she's gonna look for like hoof prints that might lead away from said horse carcass. Maybe listen for like metal hooves on the path. I don't know.
Okay, that seems like you're using your wits and skill, so I'd say it's a survival roll.
Okay.
And also, thank you very much to Utanitas, who donates 500 bits to roll a random wild magic surge, which goes to Siri. The dice is now a D614.
Oh.
I didn't find the horse.
If you just like come back out of the bushes, that I didn't find the horse.
Yeah. It was like a...
On a 5, you see the tracks that lead off of the path.
Yes, 614.
Oh, so I see like hoof prints leading away.
Yeah, but they lead into like swamp.
Oh. Yeah, she's gonna abandon that attempt and just like, I feel bad for the horse, but I feel a little bit worse for us. But yes, she's gonna pop out of like a bush with like twigs in her hair and be like, I didn't find the horse.
What are you doing?
She's like, I was looking for the other horse because between my leg, which I believe is still ripped up from werewolf noms, and her leg, and your legs, we could use a horse, but I guess we're not. I guess we're walking.
I mean, like if the horse, I mean, like horses are like taller than the bush, so like if it was in the bush, you didn't have to go in it. I think you.
I was looking for tracks to see if I could find the horse. You know, tracking bent leaves, things like that. I don't know.
No, that's pretty smart. Did you read that in a book?
Yes.
Down the road from you, ahead, you can see a wall of mist which is slowly rolling down the path towards you.
What? Sorry.
A wall of mist, slowly rolling its way down the path towards you. It looks like clouds, like rolling over one another as it slowly comes towards you.
Do mists normally do that?
I don't think so.
How quickly is this coming towards us? Like fast? Or...
About walking pace.
And it's coming towards us in the direction that we were heading.
Yep.
What's it?
Well, there's nowhere else to go. And Bob will just take a step into it.
Mm-hmm. You step into the mist. Bob, you're just in mist. Yep.
Can they hear me? Like, I'm like, hello! Like, as I sort of go around the mist. Like...
Last time I checked, mist didn't have sound damping. Well, it does have some sound damping, but not that dense.
Anything could happen, okay?
You're quite right.
We're being very sassy today.
It's like the hat all over again.
Try and poke the mist with a stick. Talia's gonna follow her. There's not, and she's gonna tell everyone, like, we should stay close. It's hard to see in this. And like, she actually reaches out for like Bob's.
And you feel like a tail. He's like, you can hold my tail if you want.
Okay.
Don't pull.
Of course not.
Sophie's gonna bring up the rear behind Suri. Like she's gonna grab like Suri's backpack and just be like, no. She's like a baby elephant to her little sister.
Oh, when they hold the tails.
That's what. Are we doing this all in a row right now?
Yes.
Mother duck.
God, please.
Yeah, just let's mother duck this. And Bob will just keep going through the mist, probably like hands out, just so that in case anything comes too close, you can feel it before it gets him.
And Taya's going to be keeping track of her feet, almost trying to make sure that they're at least staying on the path.
Okay, everyone, we just keep on walking, and everyone hold on to someone. The right someone, make sure it's someone we know, as he sort of keeps going through the mist.
Bob in her kindergarten class.
So, Bob, you exit the mist. Talia, you exit the mist, holding on to Bob. Suri and Sophie are missing. Suri, you carry on holding on to the person in front of you. And below your feet, you begin to feel shifting, like sand.
Sorry.
When the mist rolls away, you are on a beach.
Oh, this is mine.
Sophie? I don't think we're in Barovia anymore.
Is Sophie there?
Sophie is there too.
Is
Ah.
what? Do you feel that?
What, the sunshine?
And she'll bend down.
Start pinching her own cheeks, just like, am I awake? Stop.
You can
How did we end up on the beach?
Does Barovia have beaches?
see children playing. People are happy.
Did we die?
A child near you has a bucket and he's trying to fill it with sand.
Maybe Strahd's food we ate was poisoned, and we died. What if we're just laying in the mist, and we're dead? Oh no. They're not gonna find our bodies, and then we're gonna get eaten by something gross.
Wait, if we're at the beach, can I get eaten by a shark?
I think you have to be in the water for that one.
Would you like to help me? I'm building a sand castle.
Are you dead?
Am I dead?
Yeah, are you a creepy ghost kid? Do I have to worry about you?
I don't think so, but I think we should keep a watch out for ghost ships and things like that.
Where are you from?
Where's your mother?
Yeah.
Well, she's around here somewhere. I think she said she was getting ice cream. I'm
And
from
where are you
Vallaki.
Ice cream sounds so foreign and not delicious.
Wait, they know where Vallaki is, right? That's...
The village you were heading to.
So it is Barovia. So, where are we right now?
Well, the new lord's calling it Lake Zarovich now.
What? Oh, she's gonna look over at Suri. What lord? Is he talking about Strahd?
Yes? I mean, he's the only one with big Blair power.
I mean, I know you're just a kid and you don't know much about politics, but like, who's the lord?
Strahd von Zarovich.
Great, wonderful.
Okay. Okay.
So we're not dead. Still in Barovia.
think
Maybe it was like a portal or something. You know, weird magic shit.
Oh. But why would a vampire have a portal to a beach? It's a bit sunny.
Is that a thing?
I know, maybe he just glitters when he stands in the sun. Something strange that should never have existed.
No. Okay, so we're according to this not ghost. You could still be a ghost kid. I've run into a couple of ghost children in this area, so I'm not gonna completely trust you. So I'm sorry. To whoever you are, but it's it's just bad experiences with children.
Oh, I have an idea.
And Suri's gonna like throw some sand at the child to see if it goes through the child.
Ah! Ah! It's in my eyes!
I think they're real.
Sorry, what? Oh God!
I just put it out with my sandcastle!
Oh no! Sophie's just like, I don't know how to handle children. Oh my God!
Did you want to build that sandcastle?
This is why dreams are for the living. You are now in a cell. The beach gone.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay. Did that sound like Strahd's voice to
Oh,
Sophie?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I thought we were on the same page. She's just kind of like yelling into nothingness at this point. That wasn't nice. Hello?
No, I don't think he's responding anymore.
And Suri's gonna like start stomping around to really kind of feel like, is this like real stone?
You hear the footsteps. Well, back already, are you? Rahadin, Strahd's servant, strolls into the...
Hey, you weird guy! You let us out of here right now!
Sweet dreams. You're encased in mist. The mist rolls away. Talia, Bob, you can see Sophie and Suri lying on the floor, asleep.
Bob will look back and be like, "Oh, for God's sake!" and go over there and just pick them up. Like, see, I told you we needed to sleep, and he'll just carry them out. He doesn't get it. He's got like one over each shoulder, but in fact, actually, yeah, it's probably under his arms, and he's just walking. Like, come on, we need to go. They obviously needed a nap.
I
Maybe
don't
should scrap.
You guys aren't magically asleep or anything. You can be
wake up
woken.
to be
Oh,
picked up.
God. All right. I think after getting picked up, Sophie just...
I don't know if you've seen...
Oh, I'm off the ground. Bob!
He's like holding you, but I don't know if you've seen that clip where that dad picks up his toddler. Like, that's what I'm doing with both of you. Like, oh, you're awake now, and he sort of just plops you down. I told you to hold onto my tail.
I was holding on to Suri, and then we were on a beach.
You're on a beach? No, you were napping. We don't nap in Barovia, Sophie.
It's not. It wasn't like a premeditated thing. We just. I can't
Kinda
explain it.
happened. Just kinda happened.
What did you do at the beach?
Maybe we have narcolepsy.
She threw sand in a kid's face and made him cry.
I was like, don't
She's
throw
doing
sand
anything at
at
this
small
point to make them mad at her instead of.
I was making sure it was real.
He was like, he had a bucket and he was like, can you help me with my sandcastle? And then she just picked up sand and you should have seen her. There was veins coming out of the back of her hand. She threw that sand at that kid's face.
Ah, the kid needs to grow a thicker skin.
I tell you what, it obviously seems like it was just a dream, but don't throw sand at children. Don't throw anything at children. Don't do this.
Or really, don't throw anything at anyone that isn't a bad guy.
I don't know.
The only thing I throw at children is shade.
I mean, I understand you may have thought it was okay because I threw a plate at Strahd, but do not throw sand at children.
Talia, could you please make me 2 wild magic surges?
I knew that was gonna be my number. if chat was watching really closely, they can see my eyes get really big all of a sudden.
And yet the road, for all intents and purposes, is back how it was. The mist's not completely gone, but it's not so dense as to block your path anymore. Big numbers.
And while our lovely DM is figuring out ways to make our lives more difficult, Talia's gonna keep walking. She is over the halfling shenanigans. She's gonna keep going.
Has Fury got down, or was I talking to Fury from being held?
I think Suri was a little bit slower waking up, and so she probably like holding her up, like
don't throw sand at children.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bob will maybe set her down after a moment next to Sophie. Come on, you obviously need to sleep or get to the windmill or whatever it is. And have some rest.
Right. A good sleep would be good.
That's better, that's not...
I forgot about the chain effect.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, oh no, stop.
Alice is so sensitive to it, you guys.
I'm really glad that I went.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so, Talia, as you were walking, you begin to feel a prickling on your forehead.
And she, like, painful or just, like, weird?
It's weird.
She's just gonna, like, rub her forehead, thinking that there's probably some, like, bush left.
Yeah, no,
Or
just,
something.
like, a little bit of... Is that black comes away? Must be dirt.
Yeah. Whatever. She's been dragged around by wolves and wandered off through horses into the swamp, like, it's probably just nothing.
Yeah, you can all lead on and follow. The road winds around. You guys will be walking for a couple of hours. Could one of you please roll me a d12 and one of you roll me a d8?
I can roll a d12.
Certainly.
I'll do the D8.
5.
Oh, low numbers. Please excuse my eyes widening for a second.
Uh-oh.
I don't trust
You can hear the
this.
sound of hooves galloping
Talia's-
towards you. With a steady chink of chainmail. Is that horse armor? Or a person in armor?
And are they coming from ahead?
Mm-hmm.
And Talia's gonna freeze and like hold an arm out to everyone. And maybe motion for them to kind of scatter off the path.
What is
See
it?
if we can. I hear something.
Oh, and he just gets what you're doing, and he grabs like the two of them and just he starts running to if there's like a bush. He'll see them in it and then follow them.
Soon this rider will, within all of your passive perceptions, you can hear him galloping closer. As you look, it is a skeleton atop a skeletal warhorse. He holds forth a lantern which is not lit, as though he is trying to see. And he sort of gallops until he's about 5 feet ahead of where you've hidden, where he slows the horse to a trot.
So Bob's like, and whereabouts is Talia hiding? Because I've basically thrown these two in a bush, and I'm sort of in between them right now.
Probably,
What?
I mean,
Why don't we have some stealth rolls?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
this is bad.
I got this. I got this.
So
Like-
technically, I don't know if you're playing this mechanic or not, Scrap, but I'm wearing chainmail, so I'm at disadvantage.
Yeah.
I have one.
Can I
leg.
use my advantage to make it a raw roll?
Yeah, of course you can. I believe that's what you've been doing pretty much since you entered Barovia.
I don't think I've had to roll stealth since I showed up.
I remember you using advantage for that before, I'm sure of it almost. Although not that it would have mattered either way. Oh!
Oh no.
Even with a +5.
What'd you get? I mean, I got an 8, so it's not much better than hers.
So our two fighters, well, actually, Bob's more of just a surly rogue, really. But our paladin and our surly rogue both disappear like the mist themselves. Whereas I guess Talia, Sophie, and Suri, I guess you were together, maybe. And the two actual used to being rogues are awful at this stealth business. And for a moment, the rider head turns towards where you are. And then he kicks the horse into a gallop and carries on down the road.
Bob's like,
Sophie just kind of like leans over on Suri, just like, oh my god.
you okay?
I can imagine that. I can imagine that their attempt to like stealth hide was like they're like lying down there and they just like stick a leaf in front of their face kind of thing.
The whole frog
Like,
thing.
oh, God.
They're holding a leaf in front of each other's faces.
Yeah.
You need to get covered!
It works every time. Every time.
The horse goes back into a canter down the road. The rider never looks back.
And Talia watches him go, and then she turns to the two of them and she's like, for ne'er-do-wells, you guys aren't very stealthy.
Looks like we got a nerf
Hey, we
friend.
prefer the term hooligans.
Okay, hooligans. Professional hooligans. Fine. Fine.
Professional. I like the sound of that. She looks over at Suri.
You should put it on a business card.
Absolutely.
And I guess she's gonna continue walking. Do we have any idea how close we have gotten at this point?
Well, I can almost certainly give you some information.
I mean, we don't really know where it is, so I guess we wouldn't have the greatest idea.
You pass the gate.
but-
So after a short while walking, the road will curve slowly round to the right. There's a hill ahead of you to the left that it seems to work its way around, and the forests around you clear and become a bit sparser.
This is promising.
Yeah, I mean, you did say it was like a farmy place, I think, so we'd have to get out of the trees eventually.
It's sort of almost the road is between two sort of hills, like, or banks at least.
I think Talia's gonna start looking around to see if she can see light or, it's like mid-morning probably by now, or middle of the day.
Oh, it's not that late yet. It's probably the sun's just about starting to rise.
Okay.
So the gloomy glower of light in the serves through Ravenloft is sort of starting to brighten a little.
I think Bob would probably try run up one of the banks just to see if he could get a better look. Or if anyone was over them.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, how high do you want to climb? Because you... On your right... No, hang on a minute. Make sure I'm on the right bit of thing. Yeah, you can actually probably climb that quite easily. It'll probably take you about 20 minutes to get to the top of the bank on the left.
Yeah, he'll just rush up there. He probably won't even tell the others he's doing it. He'll just still rush up there.
Where are you going?
Like 20 minutes, that's a long time. You're talking at least a mile up. Not up, but at least a
maybe
mile.
Like halfway, just to see if he can get like a better perspective of where things are.
Yeah, okay. And as you do so, you can see over the other bank in the distance. You can see a windmill. Sort of, you can see as the crow flies, there is a windmill blade. But the road currently leans all the way around to the right, and you can see the way the bank rolls, that it goes all the way around like this. You could potentially get there quicker by cutting across.
Alice thinks bad idea, but Bob is just like, well, I think I found a shortcut.
Yeah?
I like shortcuts.
Yeah, we have little feet. Anything that, or legs, not feet.
looks
Our feet
like-
have.
I mean, the feet are pretty. No, actually, she looks down.
And she's, I mean, at this rate, it looks like we'll be here forever. It seems to wind all the way around and take us the long route. Come up here.
Okay. Just gonna
And
go
Talia,
there.
I guess they're all gonna scramble up after her, and Talia will see what she's seeing. Like, I mean, I feel like the road is probably safer, but at this point, what do I know? So,
I don't think anywhere is
speed
safe.
means... Good point. Speed seems useful. So let's just go the shortcut, if there's no objections.
None here.
Shortcut was my name in middle.
I love how
Okay.
well behaved Sophie's being right now. She's great.
Yep. I just want to get. She's very scared of her Talia mom. She doesn't want to die.
Yeah, and Bob will start walking, and he might look down at Sophie and like, "Are you okay? You look slightly nervous."
Well, I'm trying to not make things worse.
Well,
You
no,
know.
I made a joke earlier. She won't actually kill you.
Okay, but she had that, I've seen, she reminds me of, there was this library, this one time there was this really nice librarian in there, and like she was a sweetie, but then like this one time this guy he accidentally closed the book a little bit too hard, and she broke a chair over his head.
It's true.
Sophie,
And
really,
librarian strength.
what kind of libraries are you going to?
It was really nice. Yeah, I've only been in one. But, Talia, she's kind of had that little bit of that vibe.
If it makes you feel better, there aren't any chairs out here.
No, there's just rocks, and she's got a sword, and, her hands are twice the size of mine, fit around my neck 5 times, so.
A teacup probably stained with blood in her pocket.
It's okay. Just walk the other side of me. She won't do anything, but if it makes you feel better, then,
Yeah, I'm gonna stick on this side, if that's okay.
Yes, I don't care where you walk. It's fine. Just stay inside. I don't like Barovia. He says.
Okay.
So, would you like to make any rolls as you navigate across this shortcut?
Bob just wants to see if there's anyone around, like hiding or anything.
Okay, so that sounds like you want to do a perception check to make sure you're heading in the right direction, see if there's anyone around.
I think.
Any other things we'd like to do as a party?
What kind of roll did? The perception.
Yeah, Bob isn't great. I got 5.
I mean, I think Talia's not necessarily looking for people, but she's looking for like other landmarks since they have some like height now. To see if there's anything out here besides this windmill.
Okay, so you can see behind the windmill there is a sprawling forest. Other than that, give me a perception check as well.
Can I roll a perception too?
Yeah, sure, what are you looking for?
After seeing that creepy skeletal rider, I'd just like to see if there's any other like humanoids in the area that I can see from this high perch, I guess. Make sure there's no one else coming down the road, I guess. If that makes it easier.
Yeah, that would be perception. You could also use survival to check for tracks and things like that, see if there's been movement around.
They are both at a 0, so
It's up to you. Do you want to look or do you want to look for tracks?
we'll look for tracks. Why not? That was an 11.
11's
kinda
a
crap.
lot better than 5. And Siri, is there anything that you'd like to do?
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I think she's also kind of trying to behave, especially after throwing sand at a child.
Okay, so on the 11, Sophie, you do in fact see a horse hoof mark, a shoe mark on the ground, and nearby a thrown shoe.
How far away is that? From where like her and Bob are right now?
10 feet deviation from the crow's fly's path towards the windmill.
Okay. So she's gonna kind of like tug on like Bob's like sleeve or something, and then kind of just like point over towards the shoe.
He sort of looks. Aren't those lucky?
Is it a left one?
I don't know. I could have a look. I mean, but mind you, is it lucky in Barovia? Is it lucky if you find a horseshoe in Barovia?
I don't know.
I'll go.
I don't think there's such thing as luck in Barovia. I think it's just unluck.
I'll go look. And Bob will sort of just go over there out of interest and pick up this horseshoe. Huh. I don't feel any luckier yet. He sort of just shouts back to Sophie.
Maybe you gotta throw it.
I
Where? Can I just throw the horseshoe at Sophie, please? Not trying to hit her, but hoping she catches it.
Alright, here's how we're gonna do it. If you roll lower than a 5, what you're trying to hope that Sophie catches it, right?
Yeah, I don't want to knock her out with it.
Okay. If you roll lower than a 5, it hits the floor.
Okay.
If you roll up to a 15, then Sophie will need to make a dex save that beats your roll to catch it. Or else it'll hit her. If you roll higher than 20, then Sophie will automatically catch it.
Okay. So what am I rolling for this? Sorry, just a straight up net.
It's going to be sleight of hand, I reckon.
Okay.
All in the flick of the wrist.
Come on.
Oh no, I'm good at this.
But if you get a good...
So what did I say? 5 to 15. So yeah. So Sophie, you catch the horseshoe. It's a good throw.
Is it?
You don't even have to move your hand. It's just like bunk.
Do you feel
She's just
lucky?
gonna hold it up.
And it's just like, woohoo.
She completely forgot why she was looking for tracks. She's just, yeah! And she's gonna look over at like Suri and Talia and hold it up like she's just like, I did!
I think while this is going on, it has dawned on Talia, who has this very mean, she's got classic noblewoman upbringing. She's probably spent a lot of time around horses. She knows that if a horse throws a shoe, it's not making it very much farther. So now she's looking to, while they're doing whatever this is, she's trying to look again in this area to see if there's anybody out here.
Okay, so why don't you make me another check, this time with advantage?
Okay. 10.
On a 10, you can see that I'm gonna give it to you like a survival. The tracks lead into the woods. Lead back into the woods.
Like back the way they came.
Yeah, kind of. Sort of off a bit, off of the path.
Okay, she's just gonna ignore it and then catch up to them where they're throwing horseshoes at each other.
Bob's come back at this point and he's like, "You got it. Well done. Do you feel lucky yet?"
No.
No. Okay. And he's
But you know what? We could hit someone in the face with this and it would hurt really bad.
Say that. I want to throw it at Strahd, and he sort of tries to take it off you and pocket it.
Well, you gotta catch it if you want it back.
I threw it.
You gotta catch it again.
Ugh.
Go
This is
walk
where
back.
Fine,
Walk back.
fine. Come on.
Gets
Come
hurt
on.
and
He
they get
backs up a little bit. He's like, come on then.
Okay, go. Okay, ready?
Oh, I hate catching. He sucker punches.
Same thing. Sleight of hand and a deck save.
So it's a sleight of hand. Okay. Don't fall. I rolled a 17. My sleight of hand is +7.
Oh, so that's like a 24. So yeah, this thing is just. I guess you just loop it up and it just literally, it can like literally just like land square in the palm or like on the fingers. Or...
And again, like thinking it's the right thing to do because that's what Sophie did. Bob just with his arms, and he puts like the horseshoe back in his pocket. He's like, okay, now, I like maybe seeing Talia look a little bit more serious coming towards him.
Oh, my
I feel like we should... If you guys are quite finished, I feel like we should keep moving just in case that horse and rider comes back looking for
Oh, they
the
won't
shoe.
look for the shoe. It's fine. And Bob will start walking again towards the windmill.
Yeah, you guys can carry on walking. There's no danger here.
Not in Barovia, never.
How dare, how dare. Yeah, you head towards the windmill. The windmill is, it's looming in the distance, so after about half an hour's travel, you can see the bank begins to move downwards, and you can see that the old Vallaki road ahead of you, it sort of like has a T-junction here. There's a sign on it that says old bone grinder this way and Vallaki this way. The road transitions from being a winding path to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into the fog-filled valley. And in the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake. Its waters dark and still. This branch in the road leads west to a promontory atop which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vanes stripped bare.
So we go to the windmill for now. I don't like the sound of this bone crusher place. Who names their place that?
How? Since we can see Vallaki in the distance, like, could we estimate, like, how long it would take us to get there?
Oh yeah, it'll take you like like you can see the road winds all the way around. You could potentially go through the forest to get there quicker. That would probably take another 3 or 4 hours. Going by road, it's going to take you the best part of a day.
I'm so distracted by Hildy. Being cute floof. Is that you said the road was like a T?
Yeah, there's a little bit that strips off towards the windmill or bone grinder.
Okay. But that's following the bad sign.
The old bone grinder sign.
And Talia's gonna say, I think we should check the windmill to see if that's where his mark went, since he went off, but I don't...
That sounds like his mark.
I think we need to go to the windmill. And she's just gonna start heading that way.
Yeah, and Bob will just tear after her.
Yeah, her and her friends lost him his sister that they were supposed to protect. She is gone.
So as you rush up, the Onion Dome edifice leans forward and to one side as though trying to turn away from the stormy grey sky. You see brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors, and a decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway leading into the building's interior. Perched on a wooden beam above the door is a raven. It hops about and squawks at you, seemingly agitated.
I don't see him.
The raven squawks at you again.
Can Sophie look for like blood or something on the ground? Or like signs of more tracks, maybe?
Yeah, it sounds like survival again.
Alright, let's see what we got. 9.
I do think Talia's doing the same. Like she's got casing the place.
Yeah, sure.
Bob isn't looking for blood. He's sort of got his rapier out and the horseshoe, and he's just sort of like looking around.
Talia, can I use an at 20?
Yeah, of course you can.
I would like to know what we're getting ourselves into.
On the ground around, there is the occasional bone on the floor. There is definitely spots of blood. The raven is trying to tell you something. It's got like it's doing some sort of animal thing. You're going to need to do a different roll to unlock its secrets. All around this windmill, there is littered bones, bits of corpse. The air smells like death.
Talia is going to... Well, the first thing she's going to do, she's going to check on her friends. No one else is hurt, right? It's just her, because we didn't actually rest. Did we actually rest?
No, you guys carried on for the night.
Nobody else is hurt, right? Okay. She's gonna try and pull some of that energy she keeps tapping into to heal herself a little bit, because she did take quite a hit. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself before we go in here.
Of course you can. Please do. Thank you very much to Kent, who gives Rachel a nat 1 from his resub.
I'll remember that, Kent.
Oh, good.
Up in the corner of the screen. Rachel will remember this.
Excellent.
Telltale now.
Okay, so you have your wounds bind up a little.
Completely. I am back to...
Ew.
And so I think you guys would just see this, like, bloody gash that has been on her leg that's now kind of crusted over, kind of close up.
Yeah, you see the scab drop off it at the end.
Bob's seen this loads of times, I think, with Talia. Him most of the time. I feel better now.
Yes, I felt like I should probably go in here ready to go. And then I don't have any speak with animals-y kind of stuff, but can I nature to figure out the general happiness of this raven?
How happy are you?
Yeah, nature or insight?
Oh, that's uncomfortable. Let's insight. Oh, nat 20.
The raven is trying to give you a warning. It's it's telling you to go. Get out of here. Danger, danger. Sorry if I just triggered your dog.
And Talia's gonna ignore it and kind of like square her shoulders and bust in.
Okay.
Ismark was screaming from inside, we think.
You bust in.
My turn to make silly decisions that happen to be in character.
Oh, lovely. And Potato Hollow coming in with another Wild Magic Surge just as we get to the spooky windmill. Talia, that'll be for you again, please.
I was not audible when I said "oh, f." Okay.
And Kent's trying to butter you up again now with a 20.
Ooh, that's a high number.
That is a high number. That's a very high number. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
The scab doesn't fall off, it disappears. Literally vanishes in a small flash of light.
It's never done that before.
Yeah, that was weird.
Is that what happens in Barovia?
It hasn't happened any other time I've done this.
Is the... Like, Bob immediately checks, like, what's left at his leg where it was burnt around the bottom. He's like, just checking that there's, like, still things there.
Yeah, everything's still there.
She's gonna pretend it didn't happen. And continue with the busting in.
Yeah, Bob will go in behind her, but quieter. Like, as if like, he can stick to the walls and move. He'll always watch Talia, but he's moving around the walls.
So as you burst in, this ground floor area has been converted into a makeshift kitchen, but the room is filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. Adding to the clutter is a peddler's cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors. It's sort of like one of them 70s stencil nightmares. In addition to the clucking of the chickens, you hear toads croaking. The sweet smell of pastries blends horridly with the smell of death that permeates your nostrils. And the awful odour comes out of an open, upright barrel in the centre of the room. Warmth issues from a brick oven against one wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends the wall across from it. Shrieks and cackles from somewhere higher up cause the old mill to shudder. We only need one thing.
Like, wait in the doorway. Nope. You guys go upstairs. No.
Bob takes it as a serious like demand. He's like, okay, and he'll go up the
And
stairs.
Talia's gonna grab Bob and be like, hold on a second.
No, listen. And what was it? They just said we only need one finger. Is that what we just heard? No.
Does Talia, like, do we hear or see or smell, probably not, any signs of Ismark in here? Is it his finger?
I think he's taking his...
We'll carry across your nat 20. There's some signs of blood here on the floor.
Like fresh?
Oh,
blood?
yeah.
Okay, we're going upstairs.
It's not bad to lose a finger. I would know. She like holds up her hand that's missing a finger anyways. It's okay.
And like, he sort of looks at you slightly horrified, but then looks to Talia and is like, stay here. If he tries to run out, you need to grab him.
I'm not gonna let you go upstairs with the cackling lady alone.
I It's a cackling lady. This is I've
go.
seen Strahd.
What? Yeah, I'll go. I can go. She doesn't want to be alone
Go
with
ahead.
Talia. I'll go. It's fine.
You come with me. And Bob is just gonna really quietly lift the trap door if he can see in. Quietly.
Can Sophie like go between Bob's arms and just?
Yeah, just.
Now, you go upstairs. I'll finish off this batch. Keep him fresh.
He's going to take more than his finger.
And Talia gestures to all the blood everywhere, and she's like, I think she already has.
And can I see anything if we're both like quietly poking up?
As you open the small door, you can see a haggard, heavy-set old woman who is sweeping the floor, pushing around a few old bones and stirring up a cloud of white dust. She is cleaning up, having finished something. She wears a blood-stained, flour-caked apron. A long, sharp bodkin impales her bundled-up mound of grey hair. The dirt-caked windows allow very little light to enter this 8-foot-high chamber, most of which is taken up by a large millstone connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises through the ceiling in the center of the room. A stone staircase continues up towards the sound of more cackling.
Bob looks at Sophie. I've got an idea. What? And he starts pulling out very quietly his massive crossbow to put through the trapdoor. He's like, pass me an arrow.
Hello, children. Have you come to deal? Come for more of old Morgantha's dream pastries, have you?
Does this sound like she's talking to us?
Oh, yeah.
Is it? Okay, get the arrow faster, faster! He's just like fixing it. And
Can Sophie get out her little crossbow too and just like mimic Bob?
I'd like to fire into the woman's leg, please.
She turns around whilst you two are scuffling. Her face is as wrinkled as a boiled apple. And she sort of looks and goes, no need for all that silliness.
I don't think it's silliness. What are
It's
you
not silliness, it's murder. Get the word right.
What are you cooking?
My dream pastries. One gold piece each.
I bet you are. Okay. And he just comes up through the trapdoor. And he hasn't dropped like this crossbow. He sort of circles her a little bit. He's like, I am looking for a friend. Is he in any of your pastries?
Yeah.
I use only the finest ingredients.
I thought so. Okay.
I don't know much about Barovian men. Was he considered fine?
Well, I thought he was a member of a good family. Is he?
I'll explain
Like
that
Bob
to
is
you
having this conversation.
That's so different kind of fine. It's okay.
What do you define as fine?
Stay alive.
Yes, very much alive. They're no good dead.
Could I speak to him, please?
Yes, I'll get Bella to bring him downstairs. Bella, bring our new friend Ismark downstairs.
Okay. So how many of you are in this cooking sort of charade?
Thinking of going into business, are you?
Yes.
Competition?
No, not competition. Not at all. I mean, I could never live up to those delightful smelling pastries.
Oh, excellent. Well, then I'll sell you one. 1 gold piece.
Could I speak to Ismark first?
Bella's just bringing him downstairs. 1 gold piece, or you can be gone.
Can I?
He's Talia, do you have a god?
Why?
It smells like lovely pastry. It smells great. Excepting the slight smell of death that's permeating everything.
Talia's gonna pass a gold piece up to Bob because this is good buying time strategy right here that's happening.
He's like, there you go.
Excellent. He pockets it and passes you a dream pastry. Excellent, lovely doing business. Once you finish that one, there's plenty more where that came from. Fresh stock from your lovely friend Ismark. Don't worry. You
Wait
won't
from him.
It's okay. Okay, this looks delicious. I will eat it later. If I could see him now, it would be fantastic.
Ismark comes down the stairs. He is covered in sweat. He's not wearing his armor. He's just wearing his breeches and a light shirt, which is also covered in sweat.
Is Mark, are you okay?
Yes.
Hey, bud.
Yes.
You had any of these delightful pastries?
Now listen here. He is a good lad. He's been working hard to pay for his staying the night. Unlike you, staying out in the nights, hanging out with vampires at castles. We've heard all about you.
I think you'll find it's morning right now. I don't owe you anything.
I'm not saying you owe me things. I'm just saying he's a good boy. You do right by him.
I always do. Like,
You've been
I'm
turning
sort of
my
like-
mill all morning.
How's he now? Yes, Mark. How are you doing?
Are any of you in these pies?
No.
Just comes right out and says it.
Oh, no. They healed me. They've
How
healed
many
me.
fingers do you have?
Oh,
You have
All of them. No. They were
10.
10 fingers. 10 fingers. No.
Toes?
Just-
Those?
Just a finger.
Parts.
No, no. I'm fine. Honestly, I'm fine.
Fingers?
Look.
Like other parts.
I was
I was
turning
going
the
to
mill
say-
for them, and I was helping with the recipe. They're really quite nice.
Can I insight check the hell out of this guy, please?
Yep.
I
would
don't
like to do so
I
as
don't
well.
like lower my crossbow, and I just on a nat 20.
Oh.
Can I please like, give us holding this crossbow?
Is
Like,
Mark you being a lion, bitch?
yeah, is he like winking? Like, yeah, it's fine.
I'm fine.
Blink twice if you need help.
Like blinking in Morse code of like SOS.
Yeah.
So, he is charmed. He is not harmed, though. He's not lying as such. He's just charmed.
Good lady who makes fine pastries. Would you mind if my friend had a look at him? She's missed him for so long, and she is also a healer, and he looked pretty tired. If you could maybe have a look at
As
him.
far as I'm concerned, he's paid his way. He was only staying here a little longer to help us with our recipes. You'll find he's forgotten them once my little thing wears off on him. His blood and sweat's gone into them pies, so you make sure you enjoy them.
I will. And he sort of like, with still one arm, like reaches over for Ismark and pulls him behind. He's like,
If you're not going to buy anything else, be gone.
yes, thank you. I'm afraid I spent all my.
Your friend's money, yes. I saw her palm the gold to you. Get out.
That's a bit rude. And he sort of like puts Ismark down the stairs behind him, or this ladder towards like Talia, and looks at the other two. Like, I think we'll be going now.
Did our friend have any effects when he came in? He's not wearing any of his stuff.
Are you saying this from down the steps?
Yes.
But did he have any effects?
Yes, they are in the chicken coop.
No. Does he have any problems? What state did he come to you in?
No. Bob. Chicken
What?
coop. I meant like stuff, like his stuff.
It's in
Yeah,
the
he's a
chicken
lot more
coop.
naked than before.
Why'd you keep it in the chicken coop? That's incredibly unhygienic.
Where else do you keep things when you've filled all the cupboards? Now, stop questioning my motives, my ingredients, and my pies, and get out. Very rude.
What
We're
was your
not going to
name?
get a good review.
Gotta go tell that Yelper.
I was about to say I'm an elite Yelper, so
Oh, we're bringing up campaign jokes in here. We can't do this for them.
We've already the Yelp reviews have already happened in this campaign. That ship sailed a long time ago.
hearing from Travago. No, but Bob's like, Thank you. What was your name, sorry? Crazy old woman, what was your name? Bob is blunt. Bob doesn't get it.
I don't get it.
Bob, let's.
Okay, okay. I was just asking. I wanted to say thank you.
We have what we came for. Let's just.
What level are you on?
Popcorn is gonna get good.
Level 3, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Why? I push Ismark down the stairs, like literally just shove him down the stairs.
She casts sleep on you all.
Oh,
Who has the lowest health?
frick.
Probably me.
I'm on 32.
I am full health, but oh yeah, I've only got like I swear to God, 27. I've only got 27.
Fuck. You have more health than I do.
Who has the lowest? 19. Leaving another 16. Does anyone else have 16 health? No, because otherwise that'd be the lowest. So she casts a spell and and Sophie falls asleep. She maintains eye contact with Bob. Get out! You're annoying me.
And like literally, Bob will be like grabbing Shuri and putting him behind him. Like, take your sister out. It's fine. As he's backing up as well. And if he will just push them both down the stairs to get out.
And Talia will go last because she can't get magically put to sleep.
And he's backing
Pick
up,
up the
and
rear.
he's pushing them both down. Shuri, keep going. Just back up. Back up. Is Sophie okay?
Yeah, she'll be fine. And like Suri's kind of like awkwardly kind of dragging her.
And Talia,
Exactly.
Talia like sighs and she's like, Suri, let me help. And she takes Sophie, Suri, and holds her like in her arms like this, sleeping.
I'm gonna wake up and
Talia's arms just go
you're gonna kill me.
And Bob just slowly backs out. He's like, thank you, kind woman. Good night. And he just sort of like slowly pulling like this latch over it. If there's anything he could just wedge in here, please.
Or do we have a dresser?
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Ah!
Okay, it talks. I'm leaving. I wonder if the chickens talk.
I warned you. Ah!
Okay, we need to go now. Like right.
Yeah.
And Bob will, as long as everyone else gets out, will then back out and leave. Still won't lower his crossbow. He's just really paranoid. He's like, do we know what the chicken coop is?
It was on the first floor.
On the main floor that we came in on? Okay, Talia will stop at the chicken coop. and
Bob is still like pointing towards the trapdoor.
and she's got Sophie Fireman carried over one shoulder and she's trying to dig through the chicken coop. Ugh. Holding her breath, probably. To get Ismark's stuff.
Yeah, who has
Suri's
Ismark?
trying to wake up Sophie at this point as well. Just like with like little like Sophie.
I imagine like Sophie's head is like hanging halfway down Talia's back as she's got her like slung over her shoulder and Suri's just sitting back there like
Sophie.
Is Ismark's stuff actually there?
Yeah, Ismark stuff's actually in the chicken coop. You can take it.
Yep, I'm taking it. Other hand, walking out the door.
Is Ismark coherent? Like, can he walk?
Yep, and if you take an action, which you will, I'm sure, to wake up Sophie, Sophie will also be up.
Okay, well, maybe would Suri slapping her in the face be sufficient? Maybe.
Okay, I know you want to wake her up, but can we get out of here, please?
Yeah, let's go.
Further along.
As you leave, now the crow's cawing sounds more like laughter.
Do you know what? I don't like birds either now. Crazy raven.
Talia's just like, I didn't like all that blood and all that everything, but this seems like a better decision to just leave.
Let's head to the next town. And Bob will reach in and just look at this like pastry thing and just, can I sort of insight it? Like, I don't want to show the others I'm doing it in case it's something horrific, but like open it and see if there's anything in there.
Just looks like a pie.
And he sort of waits until they walk past a bush and just slightly drops it in there. He just gets rid of it. And I think just head towards
So, yeah, and so Talia's looking at the group. She's like, I guess we're not going to stay at the windmill.
No.
Ismark did.
Yeah, but that was all kinds of creepy.
Like Bob is looking at Ismark. I think he's probably standing next to him. She's like, Ismark, are you with us? At all?
Yes, I'm with you.
Can I slap him around the face, please?
Yeah, let's see, breaking the charm condition.
I love how we're all slappers here.
Yeah, we're all just... Because Bob will slap, that will be like his initial reaction to that. And maybe shake him about a bit.
It just ends after an hour, I'll let him make a wisdom save since you're going to the effort of slapping him.
Yeah. Bob just takes him by the shoulders and with one hand just slaps him across the face.
I didn't make a sheet for his mark. These arenas. Yeah, he's still under.
Right. Okay.
You can shake Sophie awake though.
I imagine that Sophie's still being fireman carried by Talia, and Suri kind of patting her on the face maybe wakes her up or something.
I'll start doing like this to her eyes. What? Why am I keep waking up off the ground?
Oh, you're...
Sophie as well. I don't know if you've ever tried to have like a 2 to 5 minute nap after being up all night, but it's just the worst getting up again. You were finally asleep, and as you come round, please make me a Constitution save.
I imagine it's like falling asleep for half a second after a 24-hour stream.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very similar to that.
What, a con save?
Yeah.
Oh no. 7.
Please take exhaustion level 1.
No!
Oh. I
So what
swear
does that do again?
to Frank's narcolepsy.
Exhaustion level 1 gives you disadvantage on all skill checks.
Okay.
And the rest of you seeing Sophie yawn and stir out of this, can you also make me con saves, please, if you've been up all night?
Guys, I really gotta lay down.
And here is your friendly neighborhood Scraticus reminding you that 24-hour streams are bad for you.
I have no
Don't
opinion on
kid.
this.
12-hour streams at most.
And Bob is sort of like waving at Sophie as Suri is like,
Oh, dang.
does Suri collapse?
Suri, how does a nat 1 look?
It looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad, Bob. I guess one moment she's standing, you turn around to say like, "Hey, you okay? Is everybody ready to go?"
Can I try catch her?
Yeah, of course you can. Unfortunately, Talia, you will also take the exhausted condition. The DC we were looking for was a 12.
Do I need to roll sleight of hand for that? Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay. I'll catch.
Yeah, you can catch her as a free action. You didn't fall over or
And
anything.
also-
You're the only person who's not exhausted, apparently.
Yeah, I'm on a mission. But if that happens, he will just pick up Shuri like earlier and carry her almost like a bag. Like he doesn't really have that, but like he's holding onto her clothes, and she is off the floor, but he is just walking with her, trying to keep an eye on his mark, and seeing Sophie being carried. It's making me yawn. Think about it. What? Seeing Sophie being carried by Talia. Are you okay, Talia?
I'm worn out. It's been a day, and I think Talia is still carrying Sophie. I never put her down,
Do you want me to take her?
so she's gonna. Well, Sophie's
feel like-
awake.
I feel like Sophie would almost like being carried, even though she's kind of terrified of Talia. With how exhausted she is, I feel like she'd almost be like nodding off again, just like.
She's like,
Give her here. You're not going to get. This is just.
I
going to
can
tie you
walk.
further. No, you can't. And he just
What do you want?
takes you off, Talia, and sort of puts you over one shoulder.
Oh, we're like two overexcited kids who have been at Disney World.
If anything, to make it easier, he's probably got like he's probably got Sophie like on his hip,
and Mom
like,
is
and Shuri is now over the shoulder. Like he's like, okay.
and Mom's exhausted from chasing you around, but Dad's still got a little left.
And
he
we
was
have a fast pass.
It's
Running the fireworks.
We're going to go to the village. It's fine. Come on, Talia. Esmalk, you too. And Bob will start walking towards the village.
I'm going to wind things forward a little bit. It's a way to the village. It's going to take you most of the day to travel. But your journey is uneventful, though sleepy. I imagine there's a few times that you guys fall over and such. You'll get to the town of Vallaki as the evening is approaching. The town of Vallaki. Oh, I have a lovely map and everything. The road meanders into the valley, over dark brooding mountains to the north and the south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against this wall as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half a dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. Who goes there?
Bob stops slightly. Bob.
And Talia is like stumble straight into the back of Bob when he stopped suddenly. She's like, yeah, we're just.
We're looking for a place to sleep. Rest our heads. And he sort of gestures to the two halflings he's carrying.
Any of you been bitten by wolves?
No.
How about visiting vampires?
Why would I visit a vampire?
Alright, come on up then.
Okay.
Let's have a look at you.
He'll just stride up towards the person and stand there like,
Okay, and he's going to look each of you in the eyes and ask you some questions.
the others are asleep, so never mind.
Yeah,
Like,
he's gonna get you all to wake up. Come on.
he's like, okay, Sophie, Yuri, and he just sort of like shaking your
Alright, now. Look me in the eyes. Bob, you said, innit?
Yes, my name is Bob. What's your name?
Duncan.
Hi, Duncan.
Donuts.
Okay. I could eat some of those.
Right, now look me in the eyes. Have you interacted with any werewolves or suspected werewolves?
Like, and Bob is like really staring at you because he thinks that's. He's like, no, I have not interacted with any werewolves,
Can you make me a deception check, please?
but I haven't.
She wasn't actually a werewolf yet.
Never fully qualified.
14.
Alright. Have you had any involvement with any vampires, not limited to, but specifically including, Strahd?
I threw a plate at him once.
How did you get close enough to Strahd to throw a plate at him?
He invited me to dinner.
Alright, off you go, all of you.
No, wait. You don't understand. He
No,
was under duress.
No. Duress,
Wasn't it-
like, that's the name of the ale. He's kind of got a drinking problem. He said that he saw Strahd. It was a chair. And
I'm like looking at the rest of the night.
Can you please make me a deception check, Sophie?
I'm
With
gonna use a nat 20.
okay, Nat.
And Talia's mouth is like,
Nice.
Good use of the Nat 20 there with the exhaustion.
I don't understand. And like,
Little-
he
like a
leans
wink.
down quietly to like Talia. He's like, "Are we not supposed to tell the truth? Did I dream it? Do I have a dream problem?"
just let Sophie handle it.
Okay. And he just stands up straight again.
And we don't allow any trouble here.
We are not trouble.
I'm the Burgomaster's man. You can find rest and refuge over at the Blue Water Inn. It's yeah, keep heading down the path. It's about 2 miles. There's a sign hanging in. It's about near enough bang in the middle of town.
Great.
Sounds good, thank you. Sounds good. And then like he'll just start picking up the halflings again and start walking.
And Talia just mouth completely closed, just like, and
And
follows.
Suri's like a speak for all of us, right? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think Bob will head to the Blue Water Inn.
Yeah, okay, so as you walk along this road, the only road that I have ever known, a few people in the town will nod at you as they pass. You know, they seem quite friendly. You walk past a stockyard, first of all. Next, there is a, you walk past the Wachter house. No, you don't, that's a lie. You walk past a number of residences, some of which have lights, some of which are not lit. You could ostensibly stop at any one of them should you wish, but you can see after about 20 minutes walking, you can see ahead a sign hanging over the middle of the road depicting the Blue Water Inn, and grey smoke comes out from the chimney. It's a large 2-story wooden building with stone foundations and sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. The painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall.
I guess this is it.
Seems a little bit cheerier than the last place.
Yes. But let's stay on our toes, shall we?
Wise idea.
And Bob will just open the door and walk in. Sort of, he will still keep hold of the halflings unless they decide to jump down, but otherwise he's... Are you guys awake?
No.
No.
As soon as Bob picked Sophie up again, she just
Yeah, out.
passed.
and I'll walk up to the bar. Good evening. Hello?
Good evening. Erwin's the name.
Hi, hello, Anwin. My name is Bob.
How can I help you?
Do you have a room for the night for all of us and maybe some food?
Yeah, I reckon I can. You see. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
room altogether would be most preferable, please.
It'd be 5 silver pieces or one piece of a turnum.
And he looks down at Talia and says, I don't know what that means.
5 silver or 1 piece of a turnum.
And
We have that.
yeah, Talia's gonna take out 5 silver pieces. She's still got some stockpile left from the house.
How much have you got left?
Like 8 gold, or I wrote down 8.5 gold, but I didn't do the calculation. And like, I said that I used up like 10 silver pieces on the ritual, so I have like 15 silver pieces left now. So enough to get us through the next couple of days.
He sort of takes it from Talia and says, thank you. There you are. And that gets us food as well, right?
I'm afraid not. Cooked wolf steak costs another 1 a turnum. If you like wine with that, it's another 3 copper.
Wine for them, please. I have a drinking problem.
It's difficult times.
If you have water, I would be most pleased of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can get you some water. Is that food as well? Food, everyone?
Food?
Mhm.
1 room,
Yeah.
2 rooms?
One room.
1 room, 4 things. So, let's see. You're having water, but wine?
Like,
No,
they're
water is
sleeping.
fine for me.
Wine?
We'll have wine. They're sleeping, but I feel they would want wine.
All right. I can get you a pint for a silver piece.
A pint of wine.
Yeah, in a carafe.
Oh, a carafe, I see. We should get that.
All right. That'll be
Sure.
total 2 gold and 6 silver.
And Talia's gonna look at her somewhat dwindling purse and then like start yawning and then just hand it over.
What, the whole purse or?
No, she's gonna like very slowly counting out that much and handing it to him.
Is this like a
money?
much?
Still like pieces, jewelry. She hasn't like broken it down yet.
We should
Is this
do
like
that.
a fancy looking pub?
Yeah, it's fancy enough. Yeah, there's a number of tables in this area. It looks like the back area is quite expansive. Also seems to be a private room available. There's a gantry that goes upstairs. You can see that there are rooms upstairs across this balconied area. It's a fairly nice place.
I think we should get some sleep. Let's go. And if he gives us like a key or something, Bob would probably gesture actually for Talia to take it because his hands are full.
Follow me. These rooms are full up here. I'll take you to the outside staircase. Take you out to one of the rooms along the tier.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we've not been messing about. What with all the travel that's been coming through, we've done quite well.
Do you get many travelers?
Well, not many, but with the ones we've had, we've done well out of. We're up to 8 rooms now. We can house nearly everyone, and we've always got at least 2 or 3 full.
That's good. Like
Darn right.
holiday makers in Moravia?
No. No, not so much.
fair enough.
Hunters, people have been helping us kill wolves. Take on the ones that have been afflicted, like your friend there. Nods at Suri.
Yes. Is this our room? Like, he just sort of points at the first door that there is.
No, follow me this way. He takes you down the corridor to the end of... he takes you outside, up the staircase that runs along the side of the building. He takes you along a corridor and opens the door at the end. Ahead of the door, there is a small table with 4 chairs. It's a long room with 2 windows and 4 singular beds in a row.
Is there a 5th one for Ismark?
I can get you another room if you want another room. These are
No,
fine
this is
straw
fine.
mattresses. Each bed comes with a matching footlocker where you can store your belongings. And this table and chairs is also for your use. I do not charge for oil lamp either. That is all included in the cost. However, should there be an exorbitant amount missing, I will put a black mark next to your name and know to charge you extra next time.
No problem. Thank you.
Alright, enjoy. I'll bring out the meals and wine in a bit.
Okay, thank you. And like, Bob will just close the door. And
I
probably
think the
go.
halflings can fit on one bed, and Ismark
Yeah.
can have another
It's
one.
not like Bob will probably curl up on the floor. But he'll go and put the 2 halflings like down on one of the beds. Tala, you should probably get some rest too. You're muted.
Yep. But you need to sleep too, so wake me up and I can take the next watch. This place doesn't seem quite as creepy, but I am concerned that that guy knew that Suri had been dealing with something. I think we might need to make sure that doesn't get spread around.
Don't worry, it won't. And he's saying this as he's putting, like, basically forcing Ismark to lay down. Like, if he's sitting back up, he's like, no.
An hour will have passed by this point, and Ismark sort of comes round. Let's say you've been travelling all day, and he's been. They charmed me. He suddenly gets talkative now. You're alone.
Ah, welcome back, Ismark.
They charmed me.
We noticed.
They seemed nice enough at first. They let me stay the night. But then when I woke up, they charmed me and got me to do all their chores.
It didn't seem like they were very pleasant chores either. You don't have to talk about it. Let's just get some sleep.
It's all right now. They had visitors late last night. People. Bringing exorbitant amounts of money for these dream pies.
Dream pies.
It's not our concern, I guess. Not our concern. I don't know. They bake them up.
What's in the dream pies, Ismark?
I don't know. She makes it out of that barrel that smells horrible on the ground floor.
Well, maybe it's good that we'll never know.
Yeah, maybe.
Now sleep. Because you look terrible.
Yeah, I'll put my head down.
And Bob will probably pull up a chair and light one of the lamps if it's getting dark. And just sit and wait. Wait for the food. Oh, he's so cute.
And I think Talia is gonna pass out.
Oh, Dad, the dog yawned.
Okay, and you guys may get a long rest if you wish. You've gone to bed very early, so you can take an extra long rest should you like. You can wipe clear your exhaustion. And
Well, Talia, I think, would wake up, since they have so much extra time, would wake up and try and force Bob to go to sleep, too. so that we don't just trade around exhaustion.
Okay, I mean,
Bob will-
this room does lock.
Yeah, Bob doesn't care. He won't care about that.
Some weird shit has happened in the last few days. So,
But
Valid.
Bob will then, if Talia gets up, Bob will hop on the bed, do that weird like pouring thing. He's been a tabaxi for too long, and then curl up and just sleep on the bed.
So you could, in fact, have a bed each then. Unless Talia goes to bed once Bob's gone to sleep.
no, I imagine that she went to sleep and then woke up in the middle of the night to like take over watch, basically.
Okay. Yeah, fine. So morning will come around eventually. You'll all be up very early. The wine and food arrived last night as well. We'll just say you guys ate that. It's probably around 5 a.m. Who'd be waking up first? Probably not Bob.
No, Bob is out.
Might
And
be
Talia's already
muted
up.
there, Siri.
I guess maybe Suri might wake up. After all, she was like sleeping a lot before. So she's probably got all the sleep in her that she
She
needs to
kind of
get.
slept. She slept for like 16 hours between being carried and being.
Exactly. Yeah, and she's just going to wake up and
When did I have wine?
last night we got food and you were half asleep, but we got you to eat some of it.
Food comas. Best kind of coma.
Sure. Let's go with that. How are you feeling?
Daisy, that's the one. Kind of daisy, but I think I'll be okay. Hey, Sophie.
she'll start like wriggling her shoulder.
Hey,
What?
time to wake up.
And she'll like even blow on her face like a little bit, just like
Breath stinks. Don't do that.
Smells of Shiraz.
Stop! She like rolls away. Sits up. Gross.
Actually, it was claret, but fine.
What time is it?
Really early. Imagine that Sophie wakes up to like Talia sitting at the table, like polishing all of her swords and weapons and armor.
All right.
I feel like I've been sleeping for days.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Did it like cost a lot of money, or like was it like cheap like the other place to get this room?
It was a bit more expensive. We're definitely running low on funds if we just keep pulling from my purse.
Oh, you know what? And she's gonna like go over to her bag and pull out that like platinum topaz necklace that she has that's worth 750 gold. And she just holds it up and just like,
Oh.
We could probably sell this thing.
Where
And
do
I could pay you back.
That should cover the costs.
Suri
And
barked.
some.
just a good little bit more leftover werewolf,
Just coughing out the rest of it, getting it out of the system. Yeah, I don't think Talia knew that the halfling squad had taken that much stuff out of the house. So I think she's kind of like
Oh yeah, no, and I got, and she pulls out that box, the jewelry box that she
where
pulls
did
out.
you? How long have you?
Oh, I swiped it
Who
from the
did-
creepy house.
Okay,
Oh, dead. They're not. You don't want it.
I-
The best kind of stealing is the kind you do from people who are already dead.
Spoken like a true grave robber.
I think maybe you should.
And Bob is just sort of like lifting his head as he's waking up from the side. He will like nuzzle it back down, like, you know, when cats stretch out their arms and then cover their faces. He's sort of done that and curled back up again.
And
This is a very dramatic alarm clock.
Funny.
It's weird. There's a sort of cold chill as you remember the death house.
that place was unpleasant.
Horrible.
Shuri
And
getting
Talia-
dragged through the floorboards, scraping at them.
Talia's doing like a hard pass memory on that place. There's a wall, and she's like, nope, moving forward.
However, you've got a ton of cool stuff to do, right? A ton of kind of cool stuff to sell.
Yeah,
But can people in Barovia afford this? That's the question.
maybe we can break the necklace into pieces and sell parts of it.
Hey, I want to get full price for this thing, you know?
I don't know if that's gonna happen here.
Oh, and I got these.
And she'll pull out the like 3 rings that she has, as well as I don't remember what the one item is. I have one item that I wrote down 1 times 750 gold, and I think it was a necklace
It
or
was like a
Fine
necklace
silver
with-
necklace or something, or a fine gold necklace with some like ruby on it, I think.
yes, that's the one. So I'm gonna write that down. But yeah, so she'll pull out her like goods that she also took from the house. So these 2 little halflings are suddenly pulling out all this like big pieces of gold. We're like, we kind of fucked up, but hey, we got gold.
And Talia's just like, what? I've been paying for everything. I thought we need to sell those and like get like a tent and like food and calming.
You know, we could teach you how to steal, and maybe this wouldn't be an issue.
It's
Well-
very, very friendly for the frugal.
It's also very, very wrong,
Those
especially
kids
here.
were brats. They didn't need this. And she holds up the necklace and just waves it around. What are they gonna do with this?
Well, very minimum, we're not going to steal from random people on the street here. These people need exactly what they have.
She says, and kind of just looks over at Suri and gives her a wink.
It's not stealing, it's swindling.
It's not stealing if they give it to you.
I'm not gonna have any part of that. But I can't seem to stop you guys from doing whatever the heck you feel like doing, so I just
So
be
he's
nice
gonna like,
to the people here. They don't have a lot.
she's gonna get up on her knees and go, I swear that I will not steal in your presence or from any people in Barovia that look like they haven't eaten in the last 2 days.
Or in front of Mom, because that's just a bad idea.
That's a very bad idea.
You just hear like a. It's like Bob sort of like really
Or from Bob.
stretches out and looks over and is like, "What are we swearing to?"
Not stealing. At certain moments.
So help us, Bob.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate
At least
That-
they're making the effort, Talia. I mean,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
town, they were stealing a cow.
Yeah, this is definitely a step in a
There was
positive
no solid
direction.
proof that we were stealing that cow.
But you were stealing a cow.
How does he know?
I'm pretty
Follow
sure
me.
you've described it to us how you've done this before.
That was past Sophie and Suri. This is present Sophie and Suri. We don't go back to the past, Sophie and Suri. They've made some big mistakes in the past.
Okay.
Because
well,
coming here isn't going to be our biggest mistake, huh? I think we've peaked.
is there food? Like, Bob is looking over to where the food was.
Around 6 a.m., the sun will rise. You'll hear a cockerel call, and soon after, you'll hear a knock on the door. And the voice shouts through, breakfast orders?
Ooh, is it more wolf?
No.
Ah. What is it?
Eggs and sausage.
Hey, Sophie.
2
All
silvers
around-
apiece.
Sure. Dahlia knows they've got some kind of payday coming. She's like, for everybody.
Excellent. All right, I'll add it to your tab. 1 extra gold piece.
Okay.
Bob just looks quite excited by this. In fact, he sort of goes and sits down at the table.
This
like,
Mark
you know,
hasn't
it's-
woken yet. He lies there in a dry sweat.
Is this Mark okay?
He talked to us last night. He at least came out of, he wasn't doing so great.
But he's sweating quite a bit.
And Talia's gonna wake up and kind of try and like shake him gently on the shoulder and just see if she can get him to get up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh.
We're going to have sausage and eggs.
I feel like I haven't slept at all.
That's not good. What? I'm sorry for everything that's
Oh.
happened.
No, through the night. Ugh. Through the night, I just kept having these visions of these people giving everything for pies, and it's like they were getting. There were strange creatures behind the darkness. Trees as long as hands clawing at me. Ugh. And he looks perceptibly paler.
Can
You end up
Talia
in
like
sleep at any point with like strange children?
No,
Not just us.
didn't see any.
Can Talia make like a medicine check and see if she can see if there's something like physically wrong with him or if this is just all like trauma?
Why not? What you got for me?
19.
At 19, you know that he is haunted. You're checking him over, looking in his eyes. You can see small marks on his skin that have been traced by a nailed finger whilst he must have been asleep because he has no recollection of it. It would seem... Would you have any experience of this, do you think? Haunting?
Out of character, I have no idea what that means technically. Like, mechanically.
Sound like the sort of thing that your character might know about, though. Maybe researched old demonic texts or anything like that in your past?
Yeah, I mean she's done a lot of study and like religious-based study, so I imagine that goes both like the good side of things and the bad side of things. She does like fluent in celestial, so
this is his condition almost exactly matches an old curse that was mentioned in one of your old textbooks. He has been cursed to never be able to sleep soundly. His wounds have not healed at all from his sleep, although the hags did heal him to full health. However, all the time that he has this, instead of gaining exhaustion or anything like that for the lack of his sleep, he loses raw health. His maximum health goes down. And should it hit 0, he will die.
His max health goes down. So this is a ticking clock. Again, we keep running into those here.
So many clocks ticking everywhere.
It's like the Jeopardy music constantly playing in my head. Except in a minor key. Talia's gonna kind of encourage him to stay kind of resting, and she's gonna say, I think whatever those women were back at the windmill did something to you, and I think you've been cursed, and this is not a good one, and I'm not sure if I know how to fix it.
He just sighs. Did you manage to save Irina? I assume that's why you went to the castle.
We're working on it.
I will pass on breakfast. I'll join you afterwards.
Ismark, we will get her back.
I understand that. I could just use a moment for reflection.
I'll try and think back to what I know and see if I can figure out a way to help break this curse. I think if it doesn't get broken, you don't have a lot of days left with us. It's gonna be slowly killing you.
I understand that. I appreciate your help. All of you. He looks at all of you trying to catch your eyes. You've been so helpful the whole time. If you feel like you should, you can roll a deception check on that.
No.
There's a little voice in my head that was like, use an at 20. Nothing bad can happen. Yeah, you know what's bad? That one's really bad.
Oh.
And I think Talia can't help but resist giving Sophie a look over her shoulder.
And so as Sophie looks over her shoulder, what is it that Ismark sees that gives you away, Sophie?
There's just, like, think of the most guilty child you have ever seen in your life. Like the kind of kids that, like, their lips start quivering and they just look down and they're like,
and they're like, you can see their toes playing in their shoes.
Mm-hmm. She just kind of curls it on herself and just.
Sophie, there's something you're not telling me.
And Talia gives you a look.
Oh no, not the look.
She almost wants to try to, like, lie again, like, with her words. Is it too late for that?
You can try and do that.
Yeah, it's just, the food we ate last night is doing a number on me.
Is that all?
I have a very sensitive stomach.
Roll me a second deception check.
Come on, don't do it. This dice has been such a piece of shit tonight.
Can Suri kind of help her?
I don't want to use
back up her lies.
I feel like
cheer her on.
Yeah, if you can, describe it to me. How do you back up Sophie's lie?
It's true. This one time, our mother, she made us the same sandwich, and we both went out to school with this nice little happy sandwich. Unfortunately, the pickle touched the sandwich just a little bit. just a little bit. And Sophie was sick everywhere, just projectile all over the walls, all over the floor. The teacher had to ask us to leave. It was a whole big mess.
Yeah, Bob is looking at you like horrified.
And Talia
And-
knows what you're doing, so you also get the look.
And with a 21 total.
Bob doesn't know what is being. He's just very tired and waiting for breakfast.
With a 21 total, he sort of goes, "No matter. Leave me some time. Enjoy your breakfast. I'll join you afterwards. We'll regroup. I'm sure
She's
there'll
gonna
be
make
some."
like a fake noise when he says breakfast, just to further the lie.
Don't
Okay.
Sorry.
wander far.
No. I'm sure you have things to do about the town, though. We'll talk this evening. I'll try and find some help around the town.
Don't
Okay.
leave the town, Ismark.
Of course not. I'm not an idiot, Bob.
I wasn't calling you an idiot. You've not been
He-
yourself lately.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, I won't rush to try and save Irina or myself.
Good, because you would probably die if you did that.
Exactly. As I said, I'm not a fool.
And you'll know you're dead. But have a nice day.
And I think Talia just kind of heads to the door. She wants to give him his privacy.
Mhm.
He's had a rough go of it. She goes, let's go get some breakfast. I think we have a few things we should talk about.
And when you come downstairs, there is a table laid out for you. There is eggs and sausage available. The sausage is the thick cut, sort of like German style sausage, been cut into slices. The eggs have been deviled.
You walk as like Bob walks down the stairs, you see him slowly shift into a human. And he's just like, I don't want to get egg in my fur, and sort of go and sit over at the table and just sit himself down. And he's probably looking like, he looks quite plain. He's just got that, it's sort of a slim, young, sort of early 20s sort of man about him, just like really shaggy, messy, sort of reddish brown hair. And he's just in like trousers and a waistcoat right now, and these a heavy boot, and still one leg. And he just goes to sit down and starts digging into the eggs. He's like, "This is really good."
And I think with more decorum than Bob probably did, Talia will sit down and also eat, knife and fork involved.
Bob is one of those people who just does a fork and is like cutting with the fork and shoveling in. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's so bad for Talia. I feel like all three of us would do that.
Yeah, we're all
Leaders.
Yeah.
You just have to wash
She's
the
just-
knife when you can just wash just the fork.
It's less work. Sophie suddenly got her appetite back
Fish.
that she never lost.
And Talia's gonna, like, in between very delicate bites, she'll be like, glad to see your stomach isn't bothering you anymore.
Yep.
One of the best parts about a sensitive stomach is how
Mhm.
sensitive it is to recovery.
Exactly. It's yep.
Like Bob lifts his head basically out of the plate. Who has a sensitive stomach?
No one. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, no one. I think you're right there.
Feeling very targeted in this moment.
Talia, you seem a bit pissed off. What's the matter? Are the eggs not good? I can go and ask for them to change them.
No, Bob, it's okay. They're fine.
This food's great. You don't want any?
I'm eating all this greasy food. Gotta be careful on those sensitive stomachs.
I'm sure.
And she just goes back to eating.
I like this place better than the last one.
It's pretty great.
And the server isn't as repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank the gods for that one.
It's a bit chilly in here without any fur.
Yeah, you guys have been put in the tap room. There's a definite breeze around it. The balcony goes straight up, and you can see areas where the sagging roof may have holes. Not gaping holes, not ones that would be the sort of holes that you would allow for now. You know, they need repairing, but they're not going to cause any great shakes. Sort of like rafter holes, sort of thing. I mean, not maintenance holes, but like gaps in the rafters, that sort of thing. There are damp cloaks that hang from the pegs in the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs. They're quite tightly packed. There's only narrow paths meandering between them. The bar that stretches along the wall from last night under the balcony hugs the north wall. The overhang to the east is where your bedroom was. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars, and lanterns are hanging above the bar and resting on the tables. They bathe the room in dull orange light and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques.
Are there any other patrons? It's early.
Yes, for a start, you can see around there are some, well, almost certainly hunters. They have traps on them and furs, proudly wearing a wolf fur across their armor. There's also two, well, look like brothers. They are close, similar sort of looking to each other, sitting in another corner. And that is, I think, everyone at this time in the morning. Owen is, of course, around as well, the bartender.
So it's time to do some swindling? I mean, some
Swindling?
selling. We're
I do-
selling things for gold around the locals.
It's maybe the bartender knows somewhere we can go to sell some things. I'd
Oh,
be interested to see if the average person here has enough gold on them to be able to buy any of what we've got.
maybe they've got a prawn shop.
What is a prawn shop?
I think she meant to say pawn shop.
So
What
this
is
where
that?
you could. I thought it was where you could trade small things for gold. So it
Yeah,
had to be
pawn
small,
shop.
like a prawn.
Oh,
I've never had prawns.
no, sweetie, no. She just kind of like gives her sister a little hug.
That was wrong, wasn't it?
That's okay.
Jury, it's okay. I get
Eat
stuff
your
wrong all the
sausage,
time.
it's all right. Yeah. That's a good little sister. Gives her a pet. She's just like watching her sister eat, like, good job.
Feel like the special cousin right now.
She's just like, you're not a werewolf anymore. I'm so happy. Yay.
I'm not aware of it.
Even though everything else is messed up, at least you're not dead.
Owen comes across to your table. May I join you briefly?
Of course. This is good eggs.
Thank you, my wife made them.
Oh, what's her name?
Her name?
Yeah.
I would like to say thank you to her. They're very good eggs.
Yes.
And I didn't spill any on me. I could
Well,
have
if
stayed
you-
how I was.
If you see her name's Danica.
Danica, thank you.
Welcome. Now, I can't help but notice that. Well, you all reek of magic. You especially reek of, at least recently, lycanthropy.
How does one have a nose that can smell that kind of thing?
One shouldn't ask questions they don't want answers to.
I could say the same to you.
True. I just wonder what you're doing in our village. Our town.
Well, at the moment, I think we're eating.
I really wanted breakfast.
Okay.
I'm
And sleep.
Do I smell of magic because of this form? Is that what it is?
No, actually,
Can I smell?
You
Can I smell him?
surprisingly not like magic. Who are you smelling?
Oh,
Yeah, you can smell Bob.
he's
we smell
right.
she's just right in the pit. Just
Yeah. Bit of BO, not too much. You know, standard
it's
amount.
not bad. Like I'm at, it's like it's Bob constantly changing, so I feel like it's, it's like like when you smell your dog, and it's like they don't smell, not like dirty dog smell,
Do
but
I
like a
smell
cat.
of wet
I've had
dog?
a cat before. You smell. It just smells like cat.
Yeah.
Bob just smells like cat.
Bob just smells
Not
like
a dirty cat.
I'm in human form and smell of cat.
We're always at the backseat. So she kind of smells
So
like warm fur.
Oh,
the reason I ask is, do you still need curing or are you cured?
I am confused by the question.
We've handled that situation.
All right. Lord knows I don't want to know any more about that.
We do have a friend, our friend who came with us, that could use a different kind of cure.
Oh, well, for that sort of thing, you'd have to maybe head over to one of the other. Well, stay a few nights here. I'm sure you'll start to feel better. All right. Well, that's all I really wanted to know. Really, is if you needed any help, shall we say, or rather, if you were going to be a problem. As long as you behave yourselves in the village, you should be able to keep yourself on the,
Is there anything we should know about town?
Let's see. The Burgomaster is running another festival at the end of the week. This one's going to be an ale festival in celebration of the coming of the I don't know, something. Actually, I keep my voice down about that. That's one of the things I should warn you about. Anyone who doesn't believe in festivals is seen to be in league with Strahd.
There are people who don't believe in festivals?
Let's put it this way.
What's wrong with them?
Do they not believe in living? and
Vallaki
breathing?
has endured a festival every week for the past several years.
Really?
Some believe that the festivals keep the Devil Strahd at bay, and others think they provide no protection whatsoever. However, if you speak badly of the festivals, you are likely to be thrown into the stockades by the Burgomaster.
Burgers.
Even if the festival is like bad? Like,
I know
what-
it's an ale
Yeah.
festival. Do you serve any juice there?
Probably not, no. It's all going to be hops. Hops, hops, hops.
It does seem like this place is less touched like the rest of the outside world.
Now, if you want to watch out for your power struggles, you need to watch out for Lady Fiona Vochter. She's a Strahd supporter. Hates the Burgomaster.
Then why does she live here?
Yeah.
Because she's always lived here. She rarely leaves her estates, though, so people bear her.
Alright.
She has old ties to Strahd.
What sort of ties?
Family ties.
Know what? I can relate. I feel like there's something about Strahd that just maybe he's misunderstood.
Alright, just keep that sort of talk to yourself. I'm basically giving you a crash course on how to survive Vallaki right now, and saying things like that is almost surely to get you thrown, guess what? Into the stockades.
She's gone through a lot recently. We'll keep an eye on her.
Wolves prowl the roads at night. Best to stay inside unless you plan to go hunting with the boys over there. So far they've managed to kill a few, but the numbers never seem to dwell any. Let's see, I think that's about everything. Is there anything do you have any questions?
Is there somewhere in town that we could sell some trinkets that we've picked up? Maybe that has quite a bit of buying power?
Oh, yeah, which way did you come from, east or west? You came from the east.
East.
There's a stockyard over down that way. You can go down there. Arrow 6 stockyard. He'll buy and sell, although his prices are extortionate.
Oh, well, I mean that's I can deal with that.
All right, good.
Do you guys happen to have like a beach around here? I know it's kind of weird.
Yeah, and like children trying to build sandcastles.
Would love to go to a beach. I've never seen a beach.
What you mean, Lake Zarovich?
That's the one.
There's sort of beaches there, I suppose, but it's not safe out there. It's not even safe to go fishing. The only person who does is Bluto Krogorov. He's basically the town drunk. He goes out every morning and returns and he... Sorry?
No kids go there at all?
No.
Just the drunk
Kids that
guy?
are like impervious to sand.
He's just a drunk. He goes
Why?
out
Oh,
fishing
it's
every
like the
day,
animal drunks.
comes back every night with no fish.
Why is the lake have a bad reputation?
Well, if the wolves don't get you on the shore, they say there's things that lurk in the water.
Sounds best to be avoided then.
It's a
Thank
shame.
you.
I've always wanted to see a beach.
We get back away from this weird place. I think we could use a vacation.
And I've
And a
built a
beach.
sand castle. Don't
We
throw
could
sand
bury
at
Bob
me.
in the sand.
As long as you don't throw sand at me, I don't mind.
I promise no more throwing sand at people.
Thank you very much for your advice about town. Clearly, we're an odd bunch. We stick out enough already. We don't need any help in that respect.
Is there a race you prefer here? Do you get a mix in here?
I hate to say it, but humans. Stay human and you'll be alright.
I
It's
saw
not
looks
weird, it's
down.
not different.
Do you have a jacket I could borrow?
I can get you something by tonight.
Thank you. It's just a bit chilly and just a waistcoat.
I expect a fair price, though.
Oh, we'll have the cash. Trust us.
And I think when he said humans, Talia had reached up and kind of tucked her hair over her ears.
Alright, well, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your breakfast. I hope your
Nope.
conversation was good for you, and I will see you all later.
Thank you again for your help.
You have a good one.
Thank you.
As he's just about leaving, he leans into Siri once more and says, "If you need help, ask." And leaves.
Did we see him do that?
What's your passive?
Bob is still eating. He doesn't.
God, I don't think my passive is, my wisdom is like 0. So, what is it? Passive wisdom is your 10 plus your wisdom modifier, right?
Yeah, something like
Yeah, so 10.
that. You do not notice that, but anyone with 11 or higher will.
I have an 11. Talia notices.
Thalia notices. Obviously, Siri notices.
Bob is eating.
What happened? He offered to help?
He seems the very helpful sort. Should keep him in mind in the future.
For sure. Luckily, one thing that we definitely do not need help with is the good old halflings are sometimes short enough to be mistaken as children thing. We've used that to our advantage for a few times, but we just need to keep our ears a little covered.
Sophie's sitting over here with like her super short hair that's just like half side shaved head. She's like, crap.
Get you a hat.
I don't look good at hats. I never have.
You don't have to wear it. If it makes you more comfortable, I would change into one of you as well.
Oh. What about like a headscarf, like what Grandmama used to wear?
Do I look like grandma to you?
Well, it'll go with the poor child act. Like we're peddling. No, alms for the poor.
She's gonna like pat her bag of stuff. Oh, we're not poor though. Speaking of which, let's go sell this stuff.
We will catch you two after we have gone and sold all of this stuff.
You don't want us to come with you?
Oh, you don't want to see what's about to go down. Especially not you, Talia.
And Bob's just like, okay. He just accepts it. Talia, do you want to go and look around?
I guess so. Don't leave town. Let's make sure we're back here by dark.
As you guys are rising, as Mark walks in through the door, he walks up to the table and says, "Before you leave, my friends, what happened at Strahd's castle?"
I threw a plate at him.
I heard.
And Talia like whispers to him, like, keep it
Oh,
calm,
sorry.
sit down.
I threw a plate at him.
Did you see Irina?
No.
Not at all.
No, but we were told she was in a room, which we're going to go back to.
Do you know what he plans for her?
To make her his again? And then I threw the plate.
We pan across. We go across the rolling hills, across to the castle Barovia itself. Standing in the atop of the hill above Barovia itself. As Strahd stands at the end of the bed, Irina tied to the bed, arms and ankles laid out. He walks around reading from a book, much like this one, as he strolls back and forth, saying things in languages unknown, and she writhes on the bed as though magic is being laid on her. Every now and again he stops to, like, finish an incantation, and stops to take a sip of his wine. Well, wine. Siri, Sophie, don't forget the toy maker. And that's where we'll wind up today's session.
Remember, Sophie? He told you something about, like, you had to go see a toy maker in order to help me? And that toy maker is in Vallaki?
And Sophie and Siri would have heard that as well, but that is where we are wrapping for the night.
I'm writing this down so that we will not forget the toy maker.
And you guys are now going off without us?
Bob thinks he's on holiday. He wants to go and have a look around.
How are we feeling, guys?
Good, actually.
I mean, nothing bad has come from last session at all. I thought it was quite nice. You know, you met some nice old women out in a windmill.
Avoided that like the plague. There's a lot of swift backing out of that place.
Why don't we go around? Let's have your favourite moment, maybe how you're feeling a little, and where we can find you online. We'll start with Alice this time. Oh, hi, babe.
Hello. Yeah, I'm Alice. I'm White Rabbit Pick. You can find me over on this channel. I'm a DM. I DM 3 times a week, and then when I'm not doing that, I am playing in games. And then when I'm not doing that, I am also a photographer. My favorites, I've got a couple. I love the image of Bob pointing a crossbow through a trapdoor, and then Sophie's little like coming up to sort of mimic the same. And the whole standoff with the weird, crazy sort of like pie woman, like Sweeney Todd style, I thought was really, really good. And there was just so many things. And Bob now thinks that he's got a drinking problem. He thinks he's got a drinking problem. And just the interactions of everyone, how I think Sophie and Bob playing catch, Sophie being terrified of being picked up by Talia, and just like Suri with everything she does, just wandering around like adding in her little bits and just getting things slightly wrong. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this episode. So.
Awesome. Thank you, baby. Next around, we have Rachel.
Hello. Sorry, I'm so enthusiastic about the horseshoe. Yeah, hi, my name is Rachel, and I played Sophie tonight. I think my favorite moment, I feel repetitive because so many of them are Bob and Sophie moments, but that's just because like I just see them so clearly in my head. So the horseshoe thing of just like, you know, Sophie throwing her, like a genuine excitement, and Bob's like, yes, like has no idea what he's cheering for, but he just cheers it. Definitely Suri and Sophie like pledging to Talia, just on the bed pledging to her while she just looks at them like, these damn kids. I really loved all the interactions between Sophie and Talia today because it was just like a lot of you. Oh, I'm glad your stomach's okay. I love that. I love Talia so much. So yeah, no, it was a great episode. I'm very much looking forward to seeing if the sisters can actually get money for their things. So we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds great. Yeah, tee money for the things. That'll be fine. That'll happen. And Talia as well, becoming almost like the you know, like in the Blues Brothers when they've got like the penguin, the nun that's like really strict. You know that character. That's, yeah, heading that way. Oh, hey, Kelly.
Hi, I know exactly what you're talking about. I did grow up outside of Chicago, so like, yeah, it's Blues Brothers. Okay. I'm Kelly, a Kelly Lane on Twitter. You can find me here. You can find me here a lot in December. I just like keep prodding Scrat and being like, if you need somebody, I'm over here hanging out with nothing to do. So I if you want to see more of me, watch more of this channel, and I'll just magically appear. My favorite part of today, I had a really great image of this Bob and Sophie trapdoor, mini crossbow, like this image in my head was just really excellent, so I enjoyed that. I'm really excited that we're in like a new area that we're gonna just kind of wander around in, it sounds like, for a little while, and get to collect some new cool things to do. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to. There was a lot of really good moments today, and it's hard to pick just one because they were so back to back. It's kind of like they all bled together, you know. But I liked being able to play disappointed mom a little bit.
Oh, I'm living for it. Totally. More please, thanks.
I feel like I'm starting to get really good at not technically lying. Because I can't do that. So, And I feel like Talia's god is a neutral god, so I feel like she'd like be cool with that. Like gray area.
Well, we'll see. Time will tell, I'm sure.
We'll see what happens. I'm waiting for me to slip and Scrat to be like, and you just cast, cure wounds and it doesn't work. And I'm like, crap. Anyway, yeah, that's me. I'm done now.
So last but most certainly not the least, Madam Gandalf or Alex. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, man. Yeah, today was a very, momentous episode. So many, little parts, from throwing sand at children to pledging allegiance to, to Talia on Bob's name. And the horseshoe as well with Bob and Sophie was adorable, and I could totally envision it in my head all the way through. I love Talia getting mom on us about stealing, swindling, no stealing shall be done. And also the fact that we were as we were talking in the Zoom chat about how the two stealth rogues were the ones that failed the stealth check, and Talia pointed out that the person with chainmail and the wooden leg, the person of the two that managed to stealthily get away. In the meantime, the two of us were just holding freaking leaves in front of each other's faces, you gotta hide. And
overly concerned of each other.
oh yeah, so I there was so many great moments today. There really were. And if you want more great moments, not only should you stay around in this channel because there are so many great other shows here, but also hi, my name is Madam Gandalf, and I'm also a variety streamer here on the Twitch. You can catch me most days of the week other than Fridays. And yeah, come on by the Green Dragon Tavern and have a drink on me. Cheers.
Perfect. Thank you all so much.
I think the dice were my favorite part of this episode. That was my favorite
you?
part of this episode. The dice
I
did
am melting this one. I'm
the
melting
dice were hilarious.
Hey, do you feel like you should make a deception check? Do you feel like you should?
Dice jail for that guy right there.
So, me. My favorite moment was getting to try all these different spooky things with you. Barovia gives me so much in the way of NPCs and stuff, and it's really cool to just use them. Obviously I flavor the hell out of things, but it's a good time. There's so much content here that I can just, it's great. And yeah, the way you guys just noped out of the hag's place was you could have had a combat there. That could have been interesting. So yeah, those are my favorite parts. I'm me. You can find me here. These are my social links. You can find my Discord, Twitter, and YouTube for community, getting a game, and catching up in that order. YouTube, everything goes up to date in the YouTube within the next week, so it'll be up before the next game. And Twitter, if you send me a DM, I'll get you a game. I'm currently running 40 games between the 23rd of December and the 4th of January, and I've filled about half of them, and I know I've got about 50 Twitter DMs to get through. But if you want a game, send me a DM anyway, and even if I can't fit you in the Christmas time, I'll fit you in the next season. And also, we're doing a stream for a friend next weekend, so they hit hard times. They've been evicted at Christmas in a true Scrooge moment, so we're going to try and raise some money for their GoFundMe to help them get the moving costs
They're awesome people as
done.
well, and they've got kids, so it's all sort of happened at the wrong time.
Free kids, evicted at Christmas. So we're gonna go and we're gonna do a stream to support them next week. So let me know if you guys want a game, and we'll get you a game. What else do we have? We have a Patreon where you guys can see free articles and non-free articles. There's thanks for the follow, Trolls Maiden. I'm sure you've followed before. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Go to the Patreon. There's exclusive stuff and non-exclusive stuff, TTRPG stuff, all sorts of stuff. We also have merch. You've got maybe a couple of hours if you're in the Pacific time zone still, where you can get 25% off site-wide if you use the code GET25 today. Other than that, I have sponsors in the form of Bird and the Storm Publishing, who are going to be bringing us some content next week. But until then, you can get mugs, t-shirts, and hoodies on those two websites there. And also, we have Mage Hand Press, who designed Dark Matter, the 5e expansion in space, which we'll be playing on Thursday morning at 1 PM EST. So check it out. Yeah, I think that is everything. I will also grab you. Thank you, Alice, for getting me that link there. Victims of Scrooge, so apt. Yeah, check out that for us as well. We are gonna head over today, and I think we are gonna raid It's Woofy, who I've been a long-term follower of. Usually she does art streams. Looks like today she's doing some gaming, no cam gaming, which is cool. That is how you spell it. So, thank you very much, Spud, for posting the raid cry there. There is no luck in Barovia, just unluck. Good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Keep on evoking them emotions. See you later. Bye.